Maha rats.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm playing with Vren the Relentless. Vren the Relentless can be played in two major ways. The first way is as a Dimir control commander, looking to take away anything your opponent could do to stop you from having a Vren in play and then killing all of your opponent's creatures, or as a Rats typal deck. And of course, me being me, I have chosen to build Vren the Relentless as Rats. Vren the Relentless makes Rats creatures, and those rats are essentially Relentless Rats, the card. They get bigger based on the number of rats that you control, and you make them based on the number of your opponent's creatures that die. So in this deck, you're going to want to force your opponent to trade into your rats so you make more rat tokens. Vren the Relentless also protects himself with a little bit of Ward 2 and plays nicely with, you guessed it, Rat Colony. But we have so many rats beyond Rat Colony that this deck is running a variety of them. We even have some of the new very powerful rats like Azure Beastbinder that can nullify your opponent's abilities. We have some 1-drops just to fill in the curve because all these rat colonies do cost 2. We have ways to buff our rats like Patchwork Banner, Metallic Mimic. We have Herald Torn to discount the rats, same with Bantu's Monument and Jet Medallion, and a way to make our rats not unblockable, but, you know, mostly unblockable. Or maybe we could just give them Menace to get that final swing in, or sacrifice some rats in order to steal our opponent's creatures. Some of the cards from Bloomborough had rat synergy, so I tried to include those into this deck, and also just the powerful other rats that work nicely with Vren and the rat colonies. And of course, we need ways to draw more rats, so Herald Torn, Caramonix, and Gix are all here to get me more rats in hand so I can keep playing rats, so my opponent will have to deal with Vren and his very relentless army. We're going to take Vren into the queue, and we're going to be relentless with our rats. So here's the good news. Everything in our deck pretty much already has a toughness of 1. Here's the bad news. Their deck is designed around destroying things that have toughness of 1 because it's Maha, Feathers, Knight. I'm going to keep this. We're going to throw down the Metallic Mimic to try and boof our rats up, get them nice and strong. Nice, strong, buff rats. Yes, rats who go to the gym. Rats who eat well. They eat their vegetables. They get protein. And maybe I'll even get value out of 3 Tree City. Naming, rat. Playing, and naming, rat. Love it. Arcane Signet. Behold, a rat. Aha, 2 toughness now, baby. Let's go. Big fan of 2 toughness in this channel. Uh-oh, if they play a land, they can just blast my 2 toughness. I play my Dark Ritual. That would get me the most rats. Or I could just go for, like, Vren. I think I'm just gonna go for a bunch of rat colonies. Rat colonies this turn. And the next turn, hopefully we'll get enough off that 3 Tree City. You want to see rodents of unusual size? I'm actually a little surprised I didn't go for the Mimic. Maha! Grabbing black mana. Playing Vren. Swinging with both of these. Would you care to block? Do not, they go to 7. No creatures, well, were exiled. No creatures died on their side of the board, though. One of the things that Vren's ability really rewards you for is playing against a sacrifice deck, because it triggers in either either player's turn. They have done a Suffocating Fumes. I'm very glad we had those +1/+1 counters. And an Insatiable Avarice. Uh-oh. They could be searching for all sorts of cards that just perpetually give our creatures like -1/-1. It could be a Massacre Worm. There's an awful lot of cards that it could be here. So anyway, rat colony, attacking with my rats. So we get ourselves a rat that gets a buff based on a number of rats. So Night of Soul's Betrayal is going to kill those rat colonies, but it doesn't kill this rat. They might stay. Yeah, you guys stay back. Unfortunately, playing this rat colony, it would just immediately die. So I'm in a very awkward spot here where I can deal 1 damage to them and they can kill Vren. But like, Ah, Winter Moon! I have one non-basic. I have some kill spells in this deck. I just gotta find one. Vren only cares about your opponent's creatures dying, so no, you can't just, like, kill your own rat colonies to trigger it. So they're playing Deep Cavern Bat, who, by the way, does immediately die because of the Night of Soul's Betrayal. But also, they do get to see I have 3 rat colonies in hand. And a creature died! Oh, you shouldn't have done that, buddy! In we go! You know, that Phyrexian Arena is going to be doing some damage to you, too. I think they forgot that it also triggers on my turn. GG, Maha. Bria, Riptide Rogue. She gives all of your creatures prowess, meaning they get bigger when you cast spells. And she also makes it so your creatures are unable to block. Well, I guess it makes their creatures unblockable. So you have big, ever-growing otters and friends. You just slam in. It's an Is It Spells deck. Plays especially nicely with cards that generate creatures on casting instants or sorceries or other non-creature spells. Oh, the nerfed Galvanic Discharge. Oh, good for killing a rat. 1 rat colony down. And how many more to go? I will once again show you my rat colony. Please respond. They did not respond. Big Commander's utter nonsense. I decide if I want to get Vren out. Get down Gix. I'm actually thinking about saving Vren until they have creatures, since right now there's nothing that would be put into exile. Vren can also count like flickering or creatures exiling themselves for various abilities, but they have to go from the battlefield, and if there's no creatures on the battlefield... Oh no, it was a triple! Brotherhood's End, rude. Fine, Vren. That was very rude of you. Bria, aren't you supposed to be playing creatures? Card advantage now or card advantage later? Card advantage now. Oh, they're trying to steal it! Sweets, you sweet, sweet otter. They now have 6 mana. And they're playing Pinnacle Monk to return. Maybe Galvanic Discharge? Sure. They can use that to kill a rat. Big surprise. I'm gonna swing in with Vren the Relentless. And play Black Market Connections. They stole your name. There's a sweets in chat, too. Phosphatic Memory. Since this now only generates 2 energy, they can't kill Vren with it. A Bauble. Yes, you're very nice and big. Looking at the top card of my deck. Is it anything cool? Is it a rat colony? Please tell me if it's a rat colony. Play Bria. Oh, they're just passing the end step. Well then. Allow me to pay the 6. Gonna try and get a little more damage out of this rat. Gonna try and get a little more damage out of this rat. Gonna swing in for 8. What do you have? Ah, they're killing a rat. Oh, a braid. So they have 9 life remaining. We do have a creature land, that Hive of the Eye Tyrant. Oh, it's Malcolm! The Eyes! They've investigated. They could use that to draw an extra card to trigger Prophetic Memory. And, I don't know, get a counter on Bria, so she's better at blocking rats. Well, guess who's got another rat coming? Me! Because of Black Market connections! Prismatic Vista. Crack this open. Love paying life. It's gotta be one of my favorite things to do in Magic. Excuse me. Thank you. Oh, right. I forgot that it would get boofed back into my hand. Boop. There it is. A rat. Not a rat, but a friend. And I'm going to exile in Brotherhood's End because it killed so many of my rats and it made me very upset. How do you block, Bria? So I do not get any creatures. And they might be able to buff Bria up enough to kill me here, since she can make herself unblockable. But they totally can't. And our rats are super strong. So we're gonna win the game. GG, Bria. Gonti, Lord of Luxury. Gonti steals from us. He's probably gonna steal a rat, because most of our deck is rat. We have uncounterable rats, not that it's going to make a difference against a mono black deck, but they're probably going to be playing lots of cards that are just generally good in mono black, which is going to include a lot of discard, a lot of just general removal, because those are the kind of cards I would play if I was using Gonti as a commander. Also, they get to play my cards, if that's a thing they want to do. I'll start with this Fell the Profane, just play it as a land. I could duress them, or I could start with a rat colony. I ideally want to be playing cards like Duress, Wash Away when I have an odd amount of mana, just to use it up. Okay, Jet Medallion for a discount on their various black spells. We have this in our deck too. I'm going to name Rat. I am going to use that to play. Am I feeling Duress or Wash Away this turn? I feel Duress because I don't actually think Gonti is that scary to me. Show me what else they got. Any, like, wide removal is what I think I'm most afraid of. So that's 1-for-1 removal. That's a Black Market Connections. I'm gonna hit the Black Market Connections. And part of that's out of jealousy, like, I wish I had this. I do love that they could actually cast Dismember for free here. It's for 4 life. But it's for free. Is it Gonti time? Gonti, are you stealing a rat? I wish Gonti had creature type rat, but no, they're an Aetherborn. It's a snuff out at that point. They already have that Jet Medallion, though. I'm a little jealous of that. I'm playing my uncounterable Vren. There are some counter spells they could steal from me, but that's all good. Rat Colony swinging in. If they block, we do get the token. So they didn't block. They're probably hoping to kill Vren first before they go for the trades. You think our opponent wasn't even going to pay the 6? A Rat Colony! What are the chances that that's what they managed to steal from us? Very high. About a third of the deck is Rat Colony. No, don't seize those! They can never know. Oh, they have Rat Colony. Okay. Same hat. So they don't have enough to pay the ward cost on Vren, so Vren is safe here. The other rats, not so much. I guess I can also hold up a Wash Away now. That's kind of cool. Like, the full cost, just it's cancel. We play this pre-combat because We want more damage. And we offer them a trade in these trying times. Tiny Bones will be able to recast creatures and other permanents from our graveyard, but I can trade it into a rat colony. Or a Relentless rat, and then I'll get another Relentless rat, because Vren is Relentless. Oh, love that! Couple of rats. Yeah, trading into rat colonies gets so much worse. So I don't have that much, like, extra card draw in my deck, so I'm just gonna let this Orcish Bowmasters resolve, even though, like, it's pretty good at killing rat colonies. If this was the unnerfed version of Orcish Bowmasters, the one that enters the battlefield, makes the 1/1, and does a damage, absolutely would have countered it. Because that is essentially 3 rats for 1 spell. And that's assuming I don't even draw anything else. Oh, they know. They are done for. These rats, both Relentless and colonized, they're winning. GG, Gonti. Moira, Trash Tactician. Moira is the raccoon that generates mana based on the number of raccoons you control at the start of your turn. And the more mana you expend on spells, the better she gets, because she first gains you 3 life and then gets you 2 impulse draws that you can play until your next turn. On a 3-drop, Moira is both ramp and card advantage. That's 2 things that go very nicely together. I'm just going to start with this Marsh Flats, crack it open, and grab Undercity Sewers. I have plenty of lands in hand, so I was looking for rats. And I found a rat. I found a pack rat. I love pack rat. Pack rat that can make more pack rats. Probably not going to lead with this. Probably going to start with Metallic Mimic here. And that is so my rats are stronger. Ooh, rat. Lord Skitter can make a rat token for me each turn. Also hit my opponent's graveyard. There's not that much graveyard recursion in Gruul, but there is some. So I just gotta be ready. Yeah, she's the Trash Tactician. Like any good raccoon. She likes garbage. Lord Skitter, now making 2/2 rats instead of 1/1s. We swing in. Got it. Oh, nice. A 1-drop rat. I might just double cast these next turn. Unless they have creatures I want to be forcing into blocks, Vren can just stay here. It's a 3/4. It's just not going to be as powerful. I guess it'll be a 4/5 with the Metallic Mimic, though. Aww, a wee hobbit. Gotta get that ramp. And then up the beanstalk. Yeah, they're ready to cast big Gruul spells. Patchwork Banner would let me just buff these rats even more. I think I'm actually going to do this. R-A-T. Rat. And how about we send them packing? I like how it just showed, like, various powers and toughnesses there. I want us to be able to attack with the Metallic Mimic and not risk it trading into the Delighted Halfling. That's why I played that Patchwork Banner. Patchwork Banner is just a really cool mana rock for typal decks. Storm the Festival. Oh, they're leaving it up to chance. They're going to look at the top 5 cards of their library, and they can put 2 permanents to cost 5 or less. They only hit lands! Oh, it looks like rats are just going to make their merry way over to your face next turn. GG, Moira. Slimefoot and Squee. Slimefoot and Squee has one major disadvantage against Vren, and that's that we exile creatures that die on the battlefield, including their commander if they choose to sacrifice it. But they also are really, really good at reanimating, going wide, and making 1/1s that can just obliterate our poor little rat colonies. Generous Ent. They're cycling the Generous Ent to get themselves a fancy forest. This now puts a creature in their graveyard to reanimate, too. Like, it's a 5/7 with reach. It makes a food. That's not that exciting, but it's pretty exciting when you can get it out practically for free. I have a rat. They went first. They have a bunch of mana. Hello, Slimefoot and Squee. Oh, hey, Roaming Throne. Yeah, it's like killing their Slimefoot and Squee is not actually helpful here, because then they can just use it to bring back the Generous Ent. Uh-oh, Goblin Bombardment. No, that kills my rats so much! Please don't kill my rats. No, she also kills rats. She kills them. She's a rat murderer. Vren, I need your help, and I need it now, and I need them to not have a kill spell also. But Vren, come on out! Yes! Vren, please don't make me sacrifice Vren. Don't kill Vren. I'm facing so much anti-rat tech. It's almost like people fear the rats. If I block here, they can kill Vren. So I will not block. Please sacrifice stuff. They can't pay the ward. Oh, they can pay the ward. Okay, so they made Vren baby. Hello, it's me. I'm Vren and I'm baby. I'm gonna start by checking out their hand. Seeing if there's any, like, kill spells in there. Okay, there's nothing. There's an Oliphant. That's cool. I have now added towards their Nighthawk Scavenger. I'll get a rat colony if I kill the Nighthawk Scavenger here. But I can also kill Liliana. I'm gonna kill the Nighthawk Scavenger and discarding Marsh Flats. Roaming Throne does double the ward. It also doubles the end step trigger. Yeah, this is fine with me. The important thing is that it was put into exile. I'm gonna swing at Liliana. I don't think they'll block. Oh, actually, they might. Okay, so that's actually what I wanted, because if they block here, Amy's getting herself a little goodie. By which I mean 2 reds. Sure, I'll get another blue source. Rat colony. Now, you could sacrifice this sapperling. Kill yet another one of my rats. But now we're at the point. Vren is in play, and I'm getting myself bigger, better, ultimate rats. The most powerful rats you've ever seen. I need to kill this Liliana. Great news, I have ways to kill this Liliana. I'm going to double block Slimefoot and Squee here. So normally, if I thought they had a kill spell, no way. But this just means that they've got a dead commander who gets exiled and adds to Vren's count. Hello, Oliphant. You would have given trample, right? Oh no, it's on attack. Sheesh. Aw, Birds of Paradise. We are the rats. We already know what's in hand, so we don't need to thought seize them. We don't need to seize them thoughts. Those thinks. We are going to name Rat. It is now a rat. And I'm going to swing with these 2 rats at Liliana. You want to block? You want to block? No, you don't, because if they block, I'm going to get 2 rats for each. This also triggers on their end step too, so like, hey, Oliphant, how you doing? I can take a hit from you. Might trade the Roaming Throne into it. Probably won't, though. And yet, I kind of want to. Yeah, it's a lot of damage. But I want double rats. And this is how I get double rats. By getting 1 rats. Okay, so if I don't do this, I'm not threatening lethal. So I'm gonna let that happen. Hey, Slimefoot and Squee. Sure is hard to get you in the graveyard. Yeah, and now their main damage output is gone. They just have the Goblin Bombardment, which again benefits me. I am going to play this rat colony pre-combat. Full knowledge that they can sacrifice a sapperling to kill it, because that will get me a Relentless rat. And we swing in with a rat, and a rat. 3 rats. 3 rats this time. Rat it up. I guess in end step, is like the ideal time to get around Vren's trigger. They're killing my rat colony, so it can't block. Alright, if I do this, I take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then they can sacrifice 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 damage. So I have to block either Slimefoot or Squeer or the Swamp, I think, just to survive, because Goblin Bombardment can just add into a lot of damage. Okay, they didn't sacrifice it in response. I'm a little surprised by that. Misses out on a damage, but maybe they didn't have lethal anyway. Oh, I think they may have had lethal anyway off of just sacrificing everything. Do they still have it? Wait, they might still have it. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Oh, they totally do! Because Slimefoot and Squee comes with yet another Saproling. Oh, Goblin Bombardment can just be so sweet sometimes. Let me hit them with a quality good game. I wonder if I had to block the 4/4 to stay alive. But then, like, they can actually use their commander. Like once this is dead, it would go to the graveyard. Very possible. What a fun game, though. GG's, Slimefoot and Squee. Tatyova, Benthic, Druid. We match against some pretty tricksy commanders because, well, Vren being a rat colony deck and also being in Dimir colors means that it can either be one of two aggressive and strong strategies. Now, being a rat typal deck, like, we're not just running rat colonies, is probably a little disadvantaged against something like Tatyova, but you know what? Maybe we can just aggro them out. If we went first, I think we'd have some slightly better chances. Oh, hi, Scraps. Hey there, kitten. My cat is in the room, and she is squeakling at me. She's saying hello. Hi. I'm playing a rat that can't block, that makes more rats. Cat, would you like to watch some birds? You can't come up on the desk. It's in the standing desk mode, honey. Okay, she really wants to come up. She's doing the... Please, there's nothing I wanted more in my life than going on the desk. Hey, honey. Oh, there she goes. There's my little cat. Mwah. I like Bantu's Monument here, but I'm gonna go for Lord Skitter instead. Just get real wide, get real funky. Get some of these lands out of their graveyard so they can't recast them or reuse them. It's the Scrombly Scramblini! It is the Scrombly Scramblini! I didn't even say what Tatyova does. Landfall, draw a card, gain a life. Hey, don't put those back in my hand. I don't want them there. I guess I was right to start targeting the lands in their graveyard, though. So I could either go Bantu's Monument into a rat colony, I could Soldier's Edict, get rid of that before they could activate it, but they would be activating it next turn anyway. Yeah, let's set up for some discounts. I have to, like, lean to see around the cat. I guess I could have also gone for Tangled Colony there. Hello, girl! Yes, you're so cute! You're so happy to be here on stream because you get scritchies on the neck. Scraps definitely came in here because she was like, are we talking about rats? I love rats. She watches rats scurry around in, like, the dumpsters on our street. She thinks that they're great. During the daytime, she watches birds through the window, and at the nighttime, she's watching rats. She doesn't care that the rats are approximately her sized. Look at big rats out here. Now, right, it's a little Scrombliner. This will give me some graveyard hate. It will also give me the rats. There are no lands. More. I mean, it's technically a land. But it can't be brought back. It can be played from the graveyard. Alright, we go to combat. And the Semizuza. Swing in for 7. The Aftermath Analyst is like, do I want to die? There's nothing left for you in this world, Aftermath Analyst. Scraps loves cat TV. Yes, she does. That's why I put a scoop of sunflower seeds out on the windowsill every morning, so she can watch all the silly birds that show up. Her favorite are the doves because they look tantalizing, juicy, and slow. And they make a sound when they move. They go like... Brrr. And she's like, oh boy, free snacks! Look at those cheeks. Oh, look at this good girl. She's just so happy. Oh, now my face is all itchy. That's on me. They played a Lotus Cobra, floating a bit of green. Now playing the Case of the Locked Hothouse, they can play additional lands this turn. She looks so pleased. She's a very satisfied cat. And they've also solved the Case of the Locked Hothouse, so they can now cast creatures, enchantments, and a bunch of other garbage off the top of their deck. But when? Vren. Beep beep out of the way. This is going to count towards Vren. We had to play Vren first in order to exile the card. And by the way, creature cards being exiled from graveyard does not count for Vren. It's worth noting because we did exile one. But like if they blink their creatures, it does count. There's a lot of unusual circumstances that count towards Vren. As we found out, if you take like the 5-mana Vorinclex, the one that turns into a Saga, and you activate him, and he turns into a Saga, he's technically been exiled at some point during the turn, and it counts toward Vren's ability. Oh, also that was lethal. Neato. That's what you won! You were playing! Good girl! Breya, Ethereum Shaper, 4-color artifacts, and also removal built into the commander. Breya is oftentimes, like, just 4-color artifact control, but sometimes it's more of a go-wide, make tokens kind of deck. Because with Breya, you can sacrifice any kind of artifacts, including herself, to, you know, kill a creature, just do generally good stuff. Scraps, you are so in the way, I can hardly see my cards. I see I have a cut down, though, and I like that. Ooh, I also have a wash away. Azure Beastbinder is fun, but it's not the most damage. So I'm going to start with Tangled Colony. Scraps has main character energy. Yo, who's my protagonist kitten? Ooh, a dashing Ragavan. I can't block that. I got my Memory Lapse, one of my, like, 2 counter spells. Whoops. It was mine. Brought it from home. This also gives them an artifact they can sacrifice. I got the Azure Beastbinder. I was hoping to get a land, but, you know, can't always have what you want. Tangled Colony, swinging for 3. Yeah, this morning, Scraps was being a little drama queen. She was, like, flopped over on her side in the windowsill, giving me and Nick this, like, please, attention for me, the queen. Ooh, Flage. Hey, wait, that's not an artifact. Nice rats, though. I wonder if they're planning on wiping the board. Alright, Prismatic Vista. I'm gonna be playing this Patchwork Banner to buff up these little rat tokens. If we had had Vren out when Flage was there, it would have been so dead. Rename? You guessed it, Scraps. Rat. She's watching my hand on the keyboard like she's about to destroy it. Yeah, honey, I know. Yeah, honey, I know. You're so good. You're so good. Raff Capuchin, Ship's Mage. I believe this is the Raff with Flash that gives all of your historic spells Flash. They are going first. I don't have a 1-drop, but I do have rats. And I also have Black Market Connections, which makes rats and treasures and other things. Raff Capuchin is most likely going to be a control deck. It's a Zorius control. It's going to be killing, countering, wiping the board, and then flashing out threats. Because Raff Capuchin can do that. Yeah, they're the Raff Capuchin. I'm the Rat Capitan. Curse of Silence. Oh, they're gonna name Rat Colony. You should not name Vren, you should name Rat Colony. That's right. Ugh. And how funny it is. I have no way to get rid of this. They can choose to sacrifice it. So we're gonna rely on some of our non-Rat Colony cards in this deck. Like Black Market Connections! Who's ready to watch me pay the 6? I had a game earlier today where I went to 1 life because I don't have a problem, you have a problem. Oh, perfect. You know, that's worth it. I could throw down another Rat Colony. I could also, like, get out a Marrow Gnar to start setting up for sacrificing here. But I'm afraid that they have a counter spell. That is why I'm not playing Vren. I'm just playing a Rat Colony. Sure, it costs more mana, but are you gonna counter it? That's what I thought. I didn't. Hey, my life total's only lower than theirs for now. Oh, really? They killed my rats. That's so rude. I'm paying the 6. I don't have a problem. I just, you know, like my rats. I'm gonna try to get this Marrow Gnar down while it can't be countered. Well, it is unlikely that they would be able to counter it. There are some counters that cost 0 mana and you pay for them later. Camille, the Inner Sun. That's not something they would run if they're running that many counter spells, but Asher's Hold is something they would run if they're running a lot of counter spells. Yeah. Listen, be true to yourself. Life is a resource. I'm actually not really afraid of any of these. I guess I'll hit the Wash Away because it's annoying. And no, I'm very sorry to say, next turn, I won't be paying 6. I'm gonna try to kill them next turn. Check it out. They have a blocker here. They have a blocker here. Let's see what they get off Camille. I know I could have waited in case they had, like, targeted removal, but... Oh, hey, Teferi, Master of Time. That's actually the one that can activate at any time, which is kind of a problem for me. Just the one. I know, it's boring. So let's see. I think they'll phase out Rat Colony. Yeah, I think they're going to phase out Rat Colony. They can't block with Raff or the Restless Anchorage, though. Huh, they didn't activate that on the last turn. Fear what? Block? Yeah, what blockers? So they've killed Teferi. They can bring him back off this. I could sacrifice this off of Marrow Gnar. I don't think I really need to. I kind of like this being phased out in case they draw a board wipe, because it means it can come back. What, you blocking? No, you're not. So this, unfortunately, doesn't kill. This would be great, but they have the negate. So I'm going to start with this. It will get negated. I think they're saying good game because they can kill me off of Restless Anchorage. And yeah, I think that does work, unfortunately, because I can't stop Raff. The Wrath of Raff. You think they'll remember that they have a creature land? Good golly, they've remembered! If only I didn't pay the 6! Just kidding, I regret nothing. Curse of Silence in our rat colonies does that. Made them cost 4 whole mana, but it was close. It was close. GG. Jace, Reawakened. This is the 2-mana Jace that you cannot cast on turn 2. Because, well, he says you can't. You can't cast a spell during your first, second, or third turn of the game. Jace plots things, which you don't really want to plot counter spells because you can only cast them at sorcery speed, but can still get you some free spells later on, and also loots. But the real reason you want to have this Jace out is to support all of your other blue cards and get to this ultimate ability, because you will double all of your spells if you can get him to -6. And that's a very strong -6, considering that there's 2 different plus abilities you have to choose from. I do like this opening hand because it has something on turn 1, this Inquisition of Kozilek. It also has rat colonies in it. Oh, and now it has a counter spell. Sweet. All right, Inquisition of Kozilek, what do they have in hand? A Mass Bounce, Haughty Djinn, which would be discounting. This would be their blocker, and also their, like, aggressor. They're pretty far from Cyclonic Rift, so if I can get them to use it on just one target, I think that would be ideal for me. Behold, a rat colony. Ta-da! We love rats. I mean, trying to force them into blocking with the Haughty Djinn also probably wouldn't be terrible. I just didn't want them to have the discount that it gives. To me, that was like the, oh, that's rough. Yeah, you want a Cyclonic Rift, 1 rat? It's worth it. I had a game against an Eluge where they made one of my rat colonies utterly insignificant. And I was just like, oh, you think 1 rat is insignificant? Just wait until I have 7 of them out. I won. It was great. Yeah, Brawl. Yeah, he also gives discounts. Surveil. I'm just looking for not a land with the cards that I currently have. Soldier's Edict! Oh, you know what? I like that. I like that. Are they playing Jace or are they holding up a spell? Alright, they're holding up a spell. I want them to use the Cyclonic Rift to reduce the power of the rat colony. They could also have a counter spell. I don't know what this last spell in hand is. It's very nice, by the way, against mono blue, knowing what they have in hand. Yeah, my kind of like... What I was baiting them into was bounce a rat colony. I Soldier's Edict in response. They didn't go for that. Since Vren does have Ward, they also don't have enough mana to hit Vren here. Arcane Signet, that gives them 4 mana, and we know all of the spells in their hand. Jace, would you like to come out? Would you like to party hard? Would you like to draw and discard, maybe dropping that Polluted Delta? Hi, Jace! Jace is the place. Use Plussin. Remember, all these instants and sorceries cost 1 less. Oh, they dropped it. It was an island. Is land. Oh, that Brawl is not living. I can ignore Jace for a turn, too. I feel pretty comfortable doing that. Hello, your go. I know you love holding priority since you have instants. I have instants, too. There we go, thank you. Just had to wait for them to pass that back over to me. I'm gonna go to combat and swing everything at their face. I'm not even gonna bother directing any damage at Jace. They're not blocking. I'm gonna make them sacrifice Brawl so I get a little guy. Also, so they lose their discounts. It's not actually a little guy, it's a 4/4. It is a rat ever relentless. Now, what's this? A Cyclonic Rift? So they could Shadow of the Second Sun first, since all of their stuff would untap. They would still have 7 mana up. Let's see if they go for it. Now remember, they could have a counterspell here. Oh, they're just going for the Cyclonic Rift right off the bat? Okay. Sorry about that. But I'm also a blue deck. Put that right back on top. GG. Samut, Vizier of Noctamon. This Samut cares about hasty creatures, or at least creatures that have entered the battlefield on the same turn that deal damage to an opponent, because that's how they draw cards. Samut loves it when there's tokens that come into play, creatures with haste, and creatures that are both, like there's a Squee that does that. There's also a bunch of other goblins that make a lot of tokens. They're all good here. I think I'm willing to use this as a land, just to avoid the amount of damage I'm dealing to myself off shocks and everything else, in case I don't draw more mana. Okay, Kami of Bamboo Groves, they're ramping. Could be getting out Samut next turn, and since Samut has First Strike, I am sadly not well equipped to block her with my rat colonies. So instead, this is going to be the turn where I'm holding up this Bitter Triumph, since I've also played a Samut deck, and the best strategy is the most violent one. You just start the game, throwing down Samut, getting card advantage, and then trying to keep that pressure on. Well, I'm going to deal damage to myself before you can deal damage to me, Samut. And Caramonyx could refill my hand here. I can fit up to 3 more rats in my hand. Ah, excellent! Exactly 3 rats. Thank you so much, Caramonyx. Look at that. Such service. Such Rattitude. Caramonyx also gives my rats Toxic 1. It's been relevant like once ever. My last rat colony deck was actually a Caramonyx deck. Pretty good. It's really nice having like a rat that gives you more rats. Okay, Rampaging Raptor. I'm not blocking it. How many rat colonies am I on in this deck? 32? That sounds approximately right. I don't actually remember. I want to say 32. It's a good number of rat colonies. But we have a bunch of non-rat colony rats in the deck. This deck has a great strategy. Ah, yes. It's a tapped land, so they can't replace Samut here. We also have a blocker for her, this Caramonyx. Oh, but Shiv and Devastator just aggro in the air. They don't want to trade rat colony over here. It's probably a good idea. I will name R-A-T. Rat! Now, I could throw down 2 more rat colonies. I'd love to get to use Vren, though. And part of using Vren here is I'm going to kill this Kami Bamboo Groves in order to get another token off of Vren. So I'm going to vote the rat colonies, see if they block. Ah, look, 2 poison. And also a 5/5 rat. This Rampaging Raptor does have a pump ability, but I don't feel too scared of it. I'm more scared of, like, Embercleave. Embercleave's actually really cool with Samut since it can trigger her ability to draw a card twice in a turn. Vren has Ward too. You can't touch him. Well, you can. It's just going to be harder to... Don't hurt my rats. Well, okay, if you're going to hurt the rats, do it by blocking them. I should always be afraid of Embercleave. I played in Throne of Eldraine Standard. I'm afraid of Oko. I'm afraid of Embercleave. Also played before that. I played against the 8 Teferi deck. I'm just afraid of all of it. Huh. Passing with 6 mana up. I wonder how many rats I can fit on this board. Feels a good number. Doing this pre-combat to buff up the other rat colonies. And this rat token. Everybody swing in! They're blocking Vren. and one of the rat colonies. There's still very lethal damage going through. If they kill that other rat colony... Oh, okay, they're fighting. They don't die. They mostly die. GG. Amalia and Lurrus. Amalia is their commander. Gets bigger when they gain life, or puts lands into hand, and then eventually explodes and wipes out the board. She survives the explosion. And Lurrus, who recasts things from the graveyard. Now, ideally, we will have Vren out, and they won't be recasting things from graveyard because they will get exiled. But they're definitely going to be gaining life because that's what Amalia does best. One of the most notable things, though, is that each of their permanents has to cost 2 or less mana, both their commander and all the critters in their deck. All right, here, have a Typhoid Rats. He's down with the sickness. Hi, Amalia! They gain a life, and it is a non-creature on top. Murderous Cut. We also have more graveyard hate off Lloyd Skidda here. The little ittle bit of Skidda. I'll leave this back. Got myself a pack rat, too. But there's only one pack rat in the deck, since it doesn't have the text that lets you have infinite of them. You just, like, make a lot of them. Johnny's welcome. They do gain a life on top. It is not a land. It's reanimate. There's no creatures in either of our graveyards yet. Amalia sees the rat. Looks back at her hands. Looks back at me. Bringing out the skits. Lloyd Skidda. Flesh Taker is currently asking, would you like to sacrifice Amalia? To which they are saying, no, not really. Thanks for asking, I guess. Swinging with Rat Colony. Trade with the Flesh Taker. And remember, with Lord Skidder out, even playing a rat or that rat token that we get each turn, we'll take that out of the graveyard. Oh! I'm actually surprised that they would do that right away. I guess it's not all permanents with the same name. It's not the same as Maelstrom Pulse, which can like kill all my rat colonies in one go. In one fell swoop. I already have one blue source, but I'm willing to pay some life. Make it happen. Vren the Relentless. Oh my god, I got Mana Tithe. I deserve that. Person has played a lot of removal. They have a big one right here. A delving one, even. Yeah, they can exile 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. I'm actually kind of surprised they would exile their whole graveyard. But there's no longer a Typhoid Rat in play. Behold, a rat. And yet, once more, a rat. What are we cooking with today? We're cooking with rats. Don't do that, like, in real life. I've eaten rat before. It was fine. I guess if you know where the rats are from, don't, like, just go out in the street and start eating rats, though. That's, like, me behavior. Rat. I want my pack rat to be XXL. Don't eat people's pet rats. Eat rats that were cultivated for the specific purpose of being consumed. How was the rat I had served? It was like barbecue. It was barbecued rat. Rat. More rats. I'm gonna beef up this little buddy if I can. Oh boy! Gonna beef up this little buddy if I can. Oh boy! We very much don't attack in here, since like they could block with Ellis Ilkor and just replay her. Oh, People watching the stream said that there's a disconnection, but I don't see one. Oh, strange. It was back? Oh, I didn't even see it on my end. Well, that's fine. Let's name Rat. And then play a rat. Cool. And I'll attack with some rats. Maybe that one. And that one. Our life totals are now a little bit more even. So now that Vren is out, I can block the Ilkor. Because it will die and it will get exiled. Oh, look at that! There's a rat on top of my deck! I wonder what happened there. Rat colony. Spy Master's Vault. Make a rat. We love a rat. We love a good rat here. Swing with everything. There was a rat smiting my internet. Oh no! And again! But I'm still able to play. That's always weird. Well, the people in the recording aren't seeing any interruptions, so thumbs up to you guys! We won against Amalia and Luris. Wait, no, actually not this turn. They have 3 life left. I'm gonna connive and just see how fat I can make this rat. Yeah! Fat rat, baby! Welcome to Rat City. Nice. Bonny Pall, Clear Cutter. Bonny Pall is a ramp commander. She comes with a big old cow, and that cow is, well, scales with the number of lands you have. And Bonny gets extra lands into play because whenever you attack with her in play, you get another card in hand and a land either from your hand or your graveyard into play, especially good with fetch lands. Now, Bonny Pall is going to want some early ramp. And I saw them mulligan twice here. Oh, 3 times. So they're definitely digging to look for something that can get their Bonny Pall out early, especially knowing that, like, I'm a rat colony deck. Well, they don't know I'm a rat colony deck. They know I have rats. Or maybe I'm just Vren and I have control. Yep, turn 1 ramp, an Elvish Mystic. Gonna bring out this Metallic Mimic so I can buff up my rats. R-A-T, rat. Rat. Metallic Mimic. A 2/1. They're just passing straight through. I wonder if they have Harrow or another, like, instant speed ramp piece. Very possible. Gonna crack open this Verdant Catacombs. I know I should probably save it in case they have, like, a taxing for 1 counterspell. But I want to know. Will you show me? They are showing me. I have a Gix. How many Bamboo Groves? They're gonna get 2 more lands in hand. Nice. Well, I'm gonna get a big rat. The Tangled Colony. All wrapped up. You seem to have 4 lands in hand. Well, they'll start cloning their Elvish Mystic for even more ramp. They can play Bonny next turn. Trying to decide if I want to go for Vren or a couple of rats or just some card draw here. I'm gonna go for a couple of rats. I'm gonna do this first because they may want to trade. Metallic Mimic. For a clone of an Elvish Mystic. Now, if they trade the clone, they won't have enough mana. Oh! Shadow Boy Tyler, thank you for the sub! Thank you for the 28-month resub. You were watching Brawl Stars when you saw the tweet that I'm seeing Transformers 1 early next week. Yes! I reached out to ask if there were any early screenings, and they said, yes, there's 2 of them. Would you like to go to one? And I said, yes, absolutely, 10 out of 10. Is this something that's open to the public? It is not, but I am able to bring a +1, and right now I'm currently trying to figure out if I can bring my partner, or if I should bring somebody who's part of the Transformers community instead, just because, like, it's gonna be awesome either way. I'm gonna play Vren here. So, blocking with Goreclaw is disincentivized. Darksomeness, thank you for the 6-month resub. I'm part of the exclusive influencer club. That is, in fact, why I get early access screenings. Because it's so I'll drum up hype. And, like, you don't need me to drum up hype about Transformers 1. I'm already hyped about Transformers 1. People who are watching this recorded, I like Transformers. You might not know that about me. Like a little. Just a little. Maybe a lottle. So they block with 2 things. They both died, so we got 2 of these not actually relentless rats. I do not get let into restaurants without waiting. Ooh, okay, I love this. So even if Chasm dies, it would go into exile. They have a lot of blockers, but like each time they're blocking, it's hurting them. I especially want them to block this Tangled Colony with something like this. So I get a bajillion little rats. Dabbing, boom. Okay. Do I attack with everything here? They do have 3 mana up, so tricks are possible. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. If they block the 4 biggest things, do they have to block the 4 biggest things? What do you have? They have something. That's what I'm trying to figure out. The front of line privilege. Oh! They're eating my rat! It's no longer a rat, it's a skeleton now. Yeah, I'm like trying to decide. I think I just attack and discard this rat colony to make another another pack rat and win the game. GG, Bonnie. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. I hope you like seeing all of my rats. There sure were a bunch of them. This deck is fun, and I feel like it's very flexible since you can add and remove more and more pieces of removal and counter spells and other pieces of control to get more rats in the deck. I like the idea that Vren the Relentless doesn't just have to be Dimir control, that you can use the rats to force your opponent to block to get more rats. And I think that as a strategy is really, really fun. And I'm really glad that I had a chance to make Rat Typal in Arena. If you're looking for the deck list, it is in the description below. And if you would like to suggest a commander for me to brew, this was a suggested commander, please let me know in the comments. It doesn't have to be from Bloomborough, because we have so many commanders I have not gotten to yet, because they just keep on making more magic cards before I can finish exploring a set. Seriously, Wizards of the Coast, slow down. Also, if you go over to Wizards of the Coast's Magic Arena YouTube page, you can find all of the new alchemy cards that I've revealed. I made the video revealing them for Bloomborough. There are a couple potential commanders there as well. They've had 3 new legendary creatures, a couple cards that are good in Brawl, and I think at least one of those legends is definitely getting brewed. I'm not going to give you a hint on which one it is. It is the bunny. So go check out that video if you want to see how awesome my bunny is. I'll try to link it in the description below. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.